Ballot item number 69, Order M84, second reading of Bill 84, an act to amend the Metrolinx Act 2006. Mr. Schein.
The member for Davenport.
Speaker, I move second reading of Bill 84, an act to amend the Metrolinx Act 2006.
Mr. Schein has moved second reading of Bill 84, an act to amend the Metrolinx Act 2006. Pursuant to Standing Order 98, the member has 12 minutes for his presentation. The member for Davenport.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Speaker, I'm very honored to stand here today as the MPP for Davenport and to speak on behalf of my community, many folks who have waited around a long time for this debate to happen and who have waited a long time, in fact, today to be here and listen. The passing of Bill 84 would prevent the use of diesel-powered passenger trains on the Union Pearson Express Air Rail Link, and it would help this government do the right thing and electrify the new railway from the beginning. Speaker, for many, many years, people in the West End of Toronto have felt that their concerns have been ignored by this government, have been ignored by Premier Dalton McGuinty and his Transportation Minister Kathleen Wynne, and now by Premier Wynne and by Transportation Minister Glenn Murray. Speaker, in spite of this, our community has persevered and successfully held this government's feet to the fire. Not long ago, Liberals wouldn't even consider electrification of the Air Rail Link or the GO network. It was pressure from our community that made them change tracks. It was pressure from our community that forced the government to conduct an electrification study and that forced the government to conduct an environmental assessment to electrify the line. Speaker, it was pressure from our community and that has caused the government and Metrolinx to start talking about the prioritization of the electrification of the Air Rail Link. It's been community members like Rick Ciccarelli and Surrey Weinberg from the Clean Trains Coalition who are here today. It's been people like Barb Wolfgang and Elizabeth and Bessie and Don Schmidt and Eleanor Batchelder and Brian Holmes, who's here, and Samuel Perry, also in the gallery, and groups like the Western Community Coalition and Junction Rail Committee and Friends of the West Toronto Rail Path and TTC Riders. Speaker, it's because of these folks that we've been able to make progress on this issue. Thank you. So, Rick.
Stop the clock.
I just want to remind the audience that we welcome your presence, but I would ask you to refrain from joining the debate and clapping or in any other way. The member for Davenport.
Thank you, Speaker. I would like people here, members though, to recognize the hard work of these people. Putting aside your partisan differences, these people have made this city and this province a better place through their passion. I would also like to recognize and thank the political leadership of Andrea Horvath, of Sherry DeNovo, of Rosario Marchese, of federal MPs like Mike Sullivan, who's here in the gallery today.
York Southwestern.
That's right. Of Olivia Chow, of Peggy Nash, and of course my Davenport brother, MP Andrew Cash, who's also in the gallery here today. Thank you. And to City Councillors like Mike Layton, Gord Perk, Sarah Doucette, Adam Vaughn, and Anna Bailao for their support on this issue. I want to thank our Davenport team who has worked tirelessly on this issue, especially Victoria Marshall and Jennifer Barrett, Shirley Alvarez, Stephanie Nikitsas, and Nora Cole, who are here today. Speaker, it's a privilege to work with so many great people in our community. And while it's been a long fight, we remain optimistic because we know that electric trains are better for our health, and they're better for the health of our planet, and they would allow us to build a better integrated transit network. Speaker, building it right the first time will save this province money, it will take more car trips off the road, and it will help address gridlock faster, and it will reduce noise pollution for people living near the tracks. So, Speaker, with the help of members in this gallery today, I hope that we will solidify support for electrification of this line, and we will win a commitment to clean trains now. Speaker, since the plans for the Air Rail Link were first announced, residents in West Toronto have always said, build it once, build it right. And this means electrifying the line from the beginning. It's clear that electrification from day one is the right thing to do. It's the right way to go. According to the Toronto Public Board of Health, air pollution from traffic in our city already results in 440 premature deaths and 1,700 hospitalizations every year. Due to pollution, people in Toronto already experience over 1,200 acute bronchitis episodes per year and about 68,000 asthma symptom days. And Speaker, the majority of these sufferers are children. The mortality-related costs associated with traffic pollution in Toronto are a staggering $2.2 billion annually. This government currently touts the Air Rail Link as a way to combat the high costs of pollution by taking cars off the road. But their diesel plan only substitutes one source of pollution for another. Speaker, at least 300,000 residents live, work, and go to school extremely close to the planned Air Rail Link. There are over 20 schools, 96 daycare centres, and 4 long-term care facilities, including respiratory illness care centre, that operate within 1 kilometre of the tracks. And Speaker, the diesel emissions from the Up Express Air Rail Link will have a direct impact on the health of people in these communities. We know that the long-term impact of exposure to diesel fumes include cancer, lung disease, asthma, and premature death. It's undeniable that regardless of what type of diesel fuel is used to power the Up Express, electric powertrains are cleaner, they're quieter, and they're better for the health of surrounding communities. That is why the Asthma Society of Canada, the Canadian Association of Physicians for the Environment, and the Canadian Cancer Society, the Ontario Division, why all of these groups support my bill. So, Speaker, with the health of our children, seniors, and families at risk, I ask this legislature to commit today to clean trains now. Electric trains are proven not only to emit less air pollution than diesel trains, but they also emit less greenhouse